Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and as you can see, we have our James model kit Commonwealth Wirraway in front of us again, kit number JY0120, and this is episode 4 in our build series. We kind of wanted to do the whole build on camera, but a lot of the interior parts for this cockpit proved a little bit irksome to get in, and I didn't want to make too much of a wally of myself on camera, so we decided to do those in private, you could say. So where we're at is our Wirraway is now basically built, apart from undercarriage and a few propeller and a few other parts, which we're going to be leaving off until we've painted it, which we're going to be doing in sort of aluminium or chrome. Obviously we've painted the whole thing in matte black army painter. When doing chrome or aluminium, I'm kind of aware that gloss is a better primer to use, but unfortunately I ain't got one, so we've had to make do with the matte. So far we've obviously got all these together. We had to build our own little floor out of some spare parts to put in here to raise our seats up a bit. We're not quite sure whether they're quite at the right height, but the cockpit cover will successfully go on, and they kind of look almost right, so we kind of think that's about right. We did struggle a bit to get our cockpit console display in, which, as you can see, we've painted black with some white dials. Same for the rear display in the trainer position. We had to utilize some white tack to kind of get that to sit in so we could attach it. We also had a little bit of an issue with our engine mounting, because there was no sort of mounting point for it, and the white tack came to the rescue again, so we bunged up the engine housing with white tack and then managed to get a suitable sort of gluing point on it. What other little problems that we had? We have an issue with our tail section. I'm not too sure whether you can probably see it. These two are slightly at odd angles. That's mainly down to me trimming a little bit too much off and filing a little bit too much off this part of the tail, and it's kind of a bit of an odd angle. Don't know if you can see it. We have a few dings and what have you that we've had to fill. This is down to the age of the moulding, which is a 1990s Malcolm Laird Ventura or Tasman vintage. We decided to call these battle damage, or a mechanic venting his frustration on the aircraft. There's a little chip in here as well, which we might put a little bit more of our magic Vallejo putty in before we commence putting the top coat on. So what else have we got to do? Obviously we've got to put the undercarriage on, so we've painted our wheels in a rubber black. We've got our tail wheel to go on as well. We've painted our sticks, which are white metal sticks. They're yet to go in. We have our white metal propeller to go on. I've actually left the this part of the propeller just in the white metal colour, so I think I'm just going to leave it that way. We have the undercarriage arms to put on as well. There is actually a rear-facing machine gun that comes with this in white metal, as you can see here. We're setting this up for the training version, so we're not 100% certain. We don't think there'd be a weapon mounted in the rear. We're also kind of lacking spaces and maybe not having some parts in the right position. Obviously, we've got our seat in the forward-facing position as the trainer, so we kind of don't think it would have a machine gun on it. Don't know. So a couple of other things we've discovered. We've been using this Dremel, fake Dremel Hardell, which we got off Amazon for 20 odd quid. We used the sanding attachment quite heavily on the insides of the wings, because, as you may or may not be aware if you've been following this build, there is a certain amount of residue from the injection moulding process that needs to be taken out, basically. So we used that particular part on that. We actually use this pink, it's kind of like a polishing stone or something, and we used that on our seam lines, and that seemed to take the seam lines down quite well. We still got some, but you know, I'm a novice at the end of the day, tackling what is renowned to be quite a difficult type of kit. So I'm kind of learning. As long as it comes out better than the Mark 22 Spitfire that we built about 10 months ago, I'm going to be quite happy with this. Obviously, a lot of these tools, I'm new to using these as well. So, you know, it's kind of one of them. Obviously, we've had a good old play at this with, you know, various other tools like sanding sticks and rubbing sticks and files and what have you as well. And we think it's coming out quite well so far. So, I mean, like I previously said, these kits are kind of hard to come by, especially in the UK. They are exclusively available from Jay's Model Kits, brand new. So that's where you have to go to get them, and they are based in New Zealand. So obviously there is a not insignificant postage charge with these. But we've got a lot of them ourselves, and we'll be building a few more in the future. So we're going to go and put the top coat on this, and we'll be back tomorrow, maybe, and we'll be hopefully fitting the rest of the parts in front of the camera. So I'm going to have a quick tipple on my Morris Rutherglen Australian single malt whiskey, which is tradition. So cheers, thanks very much for watching. That's rather nice. And as always, be seeing you.